You cold, Sandy?
Yes, I am. Do you not know that I'm keto and I have less body fat?
Keto. That's the thing, people. I'll tell you what, I need to lose a bit of weight and I think I'm going to have to do some keto. So what are we up to today then, on our first adventure?
We are going into this lovely restaurant here, Chutney Ivy's, here in Leicester, award-winning, and we're going to check out the lovely food.
Can't wait. Come and join us in there. Right, there we go. So what have we ordered?
I went off the lunch menu. I was going to go vegan because I know that you love vegan.
I love vegans.
I love vegan. No, so what I've gone for is they've got a lovely menu here. Nice lunchtime menu with a. I looked at the starters and I thought I would just choose one, but he said no, you get all of that.
Oh really?
The lot.
Oh, I thought we were saying we couldn't have any starters.
No, he said no. You don't need to choose starters because you get everything. And then all you need to do is choose your main course. So I got one lamb, one chicken. That's what's sorted.
All over it.
No vegans have been harmed in the making of this menu.
Excellent.
Well, the reason why I've introduced, well, not introduced, start again. The reason why I've invited you for this date.
Flowers as well, thank you, darling.
See how you get the pink one and I get the red one? Yeah, cheers, chin chin.
Cheers.
Well, we've been discussing for a little while. I'll get that out of the way because we do look really gay with that, and we're not gay.
There's nothing against people that are
No,
gay,
no, not at all. Just making it clear that we are not. I think we need to tell them how we got together, make it really quick and easy. Social media, wasn't it?
Yeah, what it was for me was during the old lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
I was obviously watching a lot of things going on, what people were doing. So you had the Joe Wicks doing his exercises and all the rest of it. And then one day I came across your videos, and I was like, this is brilliant. Doing the cooking, but not only that, I'd been thinking for a while that I wanted some sort of cooking show or something on the radio, because on video, because I think we've lost the ability to cook.
Yeah.
And you know, people are buying too many takeaways. There's nothing wrong with having a takeaway. Nothing wrong with fast food. There's nothing wrong with it in small quantities. But if you look at what's happened, there's more and more people. They're having stuff 3 or 4 times a week, aren't they? And they're having McDonald's has become. When we were kids, yeah, it was an occasional thing. Anyway, so I saw you doing your stuff and I thought, right, let's have a conversation. And I couldn't believe you said yes. I'll do.
Don't worry, you just bring the food along.
Bring it in. It's all part of it.
It's all part of it. It's all part of it. You know what's great is and you're going to be featured as well.
Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
There you go. See.
And that's how our conversation started. And what I can't believe, and probably what people don't appreciate, is we just gel from day one.
You know, I loved everything you're just saying, everything, and it's a great story to tell our grandchildren of how we met and how it, and this is how a lot of people meet. You know, it just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And for me, as soon as I knew you were a Mancunian person, and I started to talk to you, it was bang, I get it. Somebody who I know straight away will get me, because we're from that. It's really difficult. Obviously, we're here in a lovely restaurant in Leicester. And I'm sorry, it's taken 20 years for the people of Leicester to get to know to get. I don't think they've even got it still to this day. They don't get the humour. They don't get the way it works. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the culture. It's just the way it is. And I know straight away with you, I knew if we were to do something, it was going to be fun, funny, but done in a northern style. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Yeah, and cultural with the same. Yeah, because we've come from Manchester, we've grown up together.
Yeah.
You know, not together, but we've grown up. We've got that same vibe, and I think you get that from if people live in Wales or they're from Cornwall or from Scotland and certain places. Yeah. Well, Glasgow or Edinburgh. There's something about that culture in those cities which makes a difference. Do you know what I mean? And you're right. It just kicks off. I'll say things to people sometimes, and I'll address. Swearing, but I'll call someone something which in other places would be derogatory, but where I'm from it's like a compliment. And I said it once on a site in the Midlands, and I called him something, and he went, "What did you call me then?" I went, "What I called you X, Y." He went, "Why have you called me that?" I went, "Where I come from, that's a compliment. I'm getting paid for a compliment by swearing at you." And he's like, "I don't get that." But yeah, and what I've also found and we can both talk for England. But what I've also found is what was really interesting is when we'd never physically met, but we started doing our filming together over Zoom, and you just knew when to stop or when to, and you say, do you want to go to a track now? And I'd go to a track, and it was almost like I didn't have to direct you with nothing scripted, and it was bizarre. It's bizarre. It's the bizarrest thing ever.
It's the northernness in us. Anyway, shall we have a poppadom? What a cliche.
Oh no! Promise we're in an Indian restaurant. Why not? Well, that's what we do, don't we? Like if you were back in after a fefew pints in Manchester, you'd be going to the local establishment for 25 naan breads,
25 poppadoms,
and 25 poppadoms.
So, I think we need to let the people know what we're going to do. So we've been talking a while about this. So what we're going to do is basically drive around the country, different locations. Start off with Leicester, and we're just going to talk food. That's basically it. We're going to talk food, and within that whole remit of the umbrella of food, there's going to be other subsections. I'm so sure there's going to be. So we're going to talk about love, health, life, current affairs. Who knows? We might even talk about the shortage of turkeys allegedly.
Yeah. Let's go to Bernard Matthews. But I mean, I'm going to add some other bits and bobs into it because I think already there's some technology that's coming our way. I've been talking to someone about that, so I think it'd be everything really. And I think what would be really interesting if there's anyone out there, if you've got an establishment or your regional delicacy, whether it's berry black puddings, whether it's you were talking about scouse.
Yeah, scouse.
Never had scouse. What scouse? Yeah. Now I spoke to my wife about that because she's from them parts.
Yeah.
And she said it's a bit like a homemade curry or whatever.
Really?
Everyone does a different one. So basically, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to find someone who's going to cook one in someone's house.
Yeah.
So if anyone makes scouse,
welcome to see
you.
You
want us two idiots in your two Mancunians in your kitchen, give us a shout.
Absolutely, and there's loads of regional food that needs to be highlighted. Loads, and I think we've forgotten. There's loads of ethnic foods that we can try as well, which we will be trying. Hence why we started off in an Indian restaurant, because the British and the Indians get on so well. So we want to find some other food out there. So by all means, definitely get in touch, and we're going to taste lots of food. So here's our starters. So I think we might go for a break and come back to the next bit. Here we go. Look at this.
Well, we'll have to show them what we're eating.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. I don't do it too far forward.
Lovely. Anyway,
let's see.
The stars were banging, mate.
Banging. That's
banging.
See. Nobody else would ever say that. Banging.
What have we got here now? What are we on?
Well, it's lovely. Well, first of all, we're at Chutney Ivy here in Leicester. Beautiful award-winning restaurant for lunch. So we've ordered off the lunch menu. Basic lunch menu with a lamb, a dish, mincemeat, keema, and a garlic chili chicken, a little bit of rice, a little bit of bread, straightforward, some salad. It's basic, but done really, really, really well. And
that's all it needs to be.
Yep.
Hey, and do you know what he asked me as well? I never even asked you, do you like Indian food? I says, I'm with the wrong host if I don't. Wonderful. Anyway, we're going to get stuck into this and we'll see you in a bit.
So here we are in Leicester. The two great minds eventually get to meet each other. No, we've met before, but today is a very, very important day because we've finally finalised our new show. And what's our show?
Well, it's about me and you going around the country trying different foods. And then, you know, the heroes that have... we're discovering heroes, aren't we?
We're discovering heroes, the forgotten heroes.
Forgotten heroes.
And also talking about not just ethnic food. We had a lovely Indian meal.
Beautiful.
But we're not just going to do the local Indian, Chinese stuff. We're going to do stuff that has been forgotten about, things that this country is great for. So one thing I asked was, I want to try jellied eels.
Yeah.
Then you said, what did you say?
Well, I've never had the pie and mash and liquor in London. Never had that.
So we're going to go tasting all this food, chatting to the people, and hopefully reporting back
Yeah. So watch this space.
Absolutely.